Whitehall Theatre? Who? The Foreign Office? I didn't think you stayed open as late as this. Well, I'm in charge, really, I think. The name is Ricks, not Hicks. What do you mean, extraordinary name? What's yours? Well, what can I do for you, Mr. Ponsonby Clutterbuck? Yes, we have a farce running every night at the Whitehall Theatre called Chase Me Comrade. You've had a complaint about it from a member of the Foreign Office staff. The lady who makes tea? What did she say? Oh, it ain't half a scream, makes all you civil service shy look a lot of proper Charlies. My dear Mr. Ponsonby Clutterbuck, that's the last thing we think of doing at the Whitehall. I mean, you shy can look at a lot of proper Charlies without any help from us, can't you? Yes, we're doing another play, especially for BBC television tonight. It's called Don't Just Stand There by Alan Melville. Oh, you've had trouble with him before, have you? Yes, it's about how the Foreign Office deal with a very tricky situation in Costamare. You know where Costamare is, of course, don't you? It's in Latin America on the right-hand side, going down. Well, in the play, you deal with a situation in your usual way. Yes, yes, you make an absolute botch of it. Mr. Ponsonby Clutterbuck, for a civil servant, that was a very uncivil... yes, it's set in the private office of Sir Christopher Winter, Her Majesty's ambassador in the Republic of Costamare. Oh, no. I play a typical Foreign Office nit who's PA to the British ambassador, who hasn't a brain in his head. Hello? Hello? I wonder why he rang off.
Not very. Do they have these religious festivals often in Costamare?
About once every 6 weeks.
Oh.
This is the feast of St. Bernadette Micheli. He is the patron saint of water.
Water?
Yes, they hold it once a year.
What?
I haven't said anything I shouldn't, have I? You gave me such a look.
Get me an aspirin, Miss Fish, will you please? You'll find them in the filing cabinet, under A. Is this shooting part of the festival, or are they just working up to another revolution?
It's difficult to say, really. The man who came to disinfect the telephone says it's quite on the cards that the extreme left-wing anti-democrats will use the festival as an excuse for a coup.
A what?
A coup.
Ooh. Hello. The British Embassy. No, he's not. Well, have a heart, old boy. It's not 11 o'clock yet. Oh, is it? Yes. Who? Oh, I've never heard of him. Hold on, will you please? It's the airport. Somebody called Crab just landed and screaming for a car. Is it somebody we ought to have met?
Mr. Fitzforrester, you really are awful. It's the man sent out by the British Council. He's giving a series of lectures to the natives on whippets.
Whippets? I know the Costamarians go to the dogs, but... All right. Bung him in a bus and sling him over, will you? Fine. Bye. Thank you, Fishy. It didn't do any damage, did it?
What?
The bullet.
It most certainly did. It ricocheted off my in tray and splintered my bust.
What?
The bastard is really the one on the mantelpiece. No, Mr. Forrester, you really are awful. You always make me feel as though I said something terrible.
My dear Fishy.
And you're not to call me Fishy. Miss Fish when I'm in my working clothes, and Monica if you must when I'm out of them. Here we go again, you see.
Morning, Hugo.
Morning,
Morning,
Pat.
Fishy.
Morning.
His Excellency hasn't been washed up on the foreshore yet, has he?
Good morning, Miss Winter. Your father said he might possibly be a little late this morning. Excuse me.
I doubt if he'll make it. It's like a rugby scrum outside.
How is he?
Well, he managed a little brandy for breakfast.
Oh.
You know, I don't think all these religious festivals are good for Father.
I don't think they're good for any of us. I hope I'm not here at Christmas.
I won't have a word said against them. Hugo, I'm engaged.
Oh.
Don't let your enthusiasm run away with you.
Sorry. Congratulations.
Nothing to add to that? No message for the next of kin or anything?
Well, I think I'll have another aspirin.
Not in water, you won't. It's all right. I know where he keeps the key.
Is it Felipe?
Yes.
Oh.
Don't you like Felipe?
Oh, yes, he's a charming fellow. Absolutely charming.
You once said he reminded you of an overgreased back axle.
I didn't. I wouldn't say such a thing. I have more tact. I said he ought to be in the rag trade.
The what?
The oily rag trade.
I know he's a Costumalian. I know there'll be all hell when I tell Mummy and Daddy. But I'm madly in love with him, and we're going to be married, so there. Oh, do you like your gin and aspirin as it is, or with bitters?
In the circumstances, bitters.
I'm sorry, Hugo. I know we've known each other since we were at Miss Pringle's preparatory together. But, well, you never said anything. Or did anything.
Well, I couldn't do anything at Miss Pringle's. I'd have been expelled.
Well, there it is. So raise your glass and make a brief but charming little speech.
Cheers.
Brief, at any rate.
Have you, broken the news to Lady Winter yet?
Don't make it sound as though it was going into compulsory liquidation.
Or the ambassador?
I'm going to tell him the minute he comes in.
Do you think they'll like the idea?
Father ought to be tickled to death. Felipe's the son of the Costumalian foreign minister. He's very rich. He'll succeed to his father's business.
Fertilizer, suit him down to the ground.
And he's an up-and-coming politician in his own right. He's quite brilliant.
You mean brilliantine?
It'll probably result in a wonderful new trade agreement with Costumala, with thousands of tons of fertilizer being imported into Britain.
But we're supposed to be exporting, not importing. Spread it abroad, that's the idea.
That was Senator Brain on the telephone.
Felipe.
And his father's a minister. He wanted to know how the ambassador got home last night.
How did he?
I gather he hasn't been home yet. I understood him to say he spent the night in a fountain outside the Pan American Club.
Oh.
Mr. Peter Forrester, there's a top-secret telegram from the Foreign Office, which I can't quite fathom.
Watch Madrelima carefully, and if necessary, take strong line. Madrelima? Sort of soup, isn't it?
That's minestrone.
You sure you decoded it all right, Fishy?
Perfectly.
I mean, you remember the trouble we had with that prostitute of yours.
What?
We had to send a signal about a British subject at Las Vegas who was destitute. Fishy got the code mixed up. He was a relative of a prominent cabinet minister, too.
I checked it most carefully. Madrelima.
I mean, not marmalade or margarine.
I may be a little obtuse,
Not at all, you're just right.
but I fail to see why we should be instructed by the Foreign Office to watch either marmalade or margarine carefully.
All right, well, bung it on the ambassador's desk. He can puzzle it out when he comes in.
I warn you, he's not what you'd call quiz-minded this morning.